Demi sat on her bed, scrolling through her phone. Her thumb moved slowly across the bright screen, but her mind wasn't really on what she was seeing. It was almost midnight. The ceiling fan hummed softly, pushing warm air around the small bedroom. Kojo was already asleep beside her, his soft snores filling the silence. Demi looked at him, then back at her phone. Anna's face filled her screen again, smiling, glowing, dressed in another elegant outfit. The caption read, "Another beautiful night at the La Pomme dinner with my love, red heart sparkles." Demi sighed. She scrolled down to the next post, pictures of Anna's husband, Kwame, standing next to a shiny new car. The comments were endless, couple goals. "My dream marriage. Anna, you're blessed." Demi's chest tightened. She locked her phone and placed it beside her, but her eyes stayed open. She turned her head to look at Kojo again, peaceful, unbothered, sleeping deeply like a man who carried no worries. But she carried them. Plenty of them. They didn't have much, just this small apartment in Danseman, a TV that sometimes lost sound, a fridge that hummed louder than it should, and a bed that creaked whenever Kojo turned. Kojo was a good man, no doubt. He was kind, hardworking, and funny in his own quiet way. But sometimes, Demi wished for more. More sparkle. More trips. More a soft life like Anna's. Look at her, Demi whispered to herself, scrolling again. Every week, new clothes, new shoes, new places. How does she even do it? The next morning, Kojo woke up early, as usual. He prepared breakfast, cocoa and bread, while humming an old gospel tune. Demi joined him in the kitchen, half awake. "Good morning, my love," Kojo said with a smile. "Morning," she replied softly. He looked at her face. Something had changed. The brightness she used to carry, the one that made him fall for her, had dimmed these past months. "You okay?" he asked gently. "Yeah. Just tired." Kojo nodded, though he didn't believe it. He knew that "just tired" was code for "something's bothering me." Later that day, Demi met Anna at a cafe near OSU. The two had been friends since university, one chasing dreams, the other chasing stability. Anna looked stunning, as always. Gold earrings, red heels, a soft perfume that lingered even after she sat down. "Chael, look at you," Anna said, smiling. "Still glowing even without makeup." Demi laughed faintly. You're the one glowing. Instagram's favorite wife." Anna laughed proudly. Social media is work, my sister. If you don't show up, they forget you. Besides, Kwame likes to see me shine." Demi smiled, though her eyes carried questions. Anna continued, sipping her latte. "We might travel to Dubai next month. Kwame says he wants a new house there." Another one?" Demi asked, eyes wide. Anna nodded. "You know him. Always thinking big." Demi felt a sting in her chest, admiration mixed with quiet envy. She thought of Kojo, who had been saving for months just to fix their fridge. When she got home that night, Kojo was waiting with a surprise, a small dinner table set for 2, candles, and her favorite stew. She blinked, confused. "What's all this?" Kojo grinned shyly. "I just wanted us to have something nice tonight. I know we don't go out much, but I thought we could bring the restaurant home." Her heart softened for a moment. He really was trying. But just as they started eating, her phone buzzed. Anna had gone live on Instagram, a video of her dancing with Kwame in a fancy restaurant, laughter echoing in the background. Demi froze, spoon in hand. Kojo looked at her. "Everything okay?" Yeah, I'm fine." But she wasn't. The stew suddenly tasted different. As days passed, comparison grew like a small fire in her heart, quiet at first, then louder. She started to question every little thing. Why didn't Kojo buy her new clothes? Why didn't they travel? Why was their life so ordinary? One evening, Kojo returned home later than usual. His shirt was stained, his hands dusty from work. He had spent the whole day fixing someone's broken plumbing. Demi didn't even look at him when he entered. "Sorry I'm late," he said. "Traffic was bad." She folded her arms. "It's always traffic, ABI." Kojo blinked, surprised. "What's wrong?" "Nothing. Just tired." But he knew it wasn't nothing. The warmth between them was slowly turning cold. At night, Demi turned her back to him in bed. Her mind was somewhere else, somewhere shiny, filled with lights and expensive dinners. She didn't notice the small things Kojo kept doing, the way he polished her shoes before work, how he kept a part of his lunch for her, or how he prayed for her softly before sleeping. She didn't see it anymore. Because her eyes were glued to someone else's life. Weeks went by. Anna continued to shine online. New handbags, new resorts, new love captions. Meanwhile, Demi and Kojo grew distant. One Sunday afternoon, Anna called. Her voice was shaky. "Demi, can we meet? Please." She sounded nothing like her usual confident self. Demi agreed. When they met, Anna's eyes were swollen. She wasn't wearing makeup. She wasn't smiling. She looked like a different person. Anna, what happened?" Demi asked in shock. Anna took a deep breath. "Everything you see online, it's not real." Demi frowned. "What do you mean?" Anna looked down, tears filling her eyes. "Kwame has changed. He's been seeing other women. I tried to hide it, you know. I kept posting, pretending everything was fine, but it's not. My life is not perfect, Demi. It's falling apart." Demi froze. She didn't know what to say. All those nights she had wished for Anna's life, all those prayers for a soft life, suddenly felt empty. Anna continued, voice trembling. "I thought money would make everything easier, but it doesn't buy peace. It doesn't buy love. It only hides pain." Demi sat quietly, guilt pressing on her chest. She thought of Kojo, his quiet love, his small surprises, his patience. Her eyes began to water. Anna held her hand. "Don't let social media lie to you, my sister. You have gold in your hands. Don't trade it for glitter." For the first time in months, Demi felt something break inside her, the pride, the envy, the constant comparing. When she got home that evening, Kojo was fixing the leaking tap in their small kitchen. He looked up, smiling gently. My madam, you're back early." She stared at him, really stared, and saw the man who had never left her side. The man who gave love even when it wasn't returned. She walked closer, knelt beside him, and touched his hand. "Kojo," she whispered, "I'm sorry." He looked surprised. "Sorry? For what?" "For not seeing what I have. For not being grateful." Kojo blinked, confused but touched. He smiled, wiping her tears with his rough hands. My wife. As long as we're together, we'll be okay. Small, we'll get there." Demi nodded, holding his hand tighter. That night, she deleted Instagram from her phone. The silence that followed felt strange, but peaceful. She lay beside Kojo, listening to the sound of the fan, the hum of their small fridge, and the heartbeat of a home she had almost lost. For the first time in a long time, she smiled, not because of what she saw online, but because of what was right beside her. And somewhere across town, Vanna sat alone, finally freeing herself from the pressure to prove anything to anyone. Both women had learned, some things shine brighter than gold, but not everything that shines is worth keeping. The next morning, sunlight gently touched the curtains, filling the room with a soft golden glow. Demi turned and watched Kojo still sleeping, his arm loosely wrapped around her waist. For a moment, she didn't move. She just stared at him, the man she almost pushed away, the man who had given her quiet love without ever asking for more. Tears gathered in her eyes again, but this time, they weren't from pain. They were from realization. That morning, she got up earlier than usual. She made breakfast, yam and eggs, just the way Kojo liked it, and placed it on the table before waking him up. Kojo rubbed his eyes, smiling. What's going on here? My wife made breakfast. Are we celebrating something? Demi laughed softly. We are celebrating us. He didn't ask more. He didn't need to. He just smiled, that gentle, grateful smile that said everything. Days turned into weeks. Something changed in their home. Laughter returned. Arguments reduced. They didn't suddenly become rich, but peace came back, and that was wealth in its own way. Sometimes, Demi still saw glimpses of luxury on social media. But now, she looked at them differently. She no longer saw what she lacked. She saw what she already had. One evening, Kojo came home with a brown envelope in his hand. He looked nervous but excited. Demi, guess what? She smiled. What? He handed it to her. Open it. Inside was a small paper, a letter. It was from the bank. Kojo had finally paid off the small loan he took years ago to start his plumbing business. Demi screamed with joy. Kojo. You did it. He nodded, smiling proudly. We did it, my love. You've been patient with me, and now, we can finally start saving for something bigger. Demi hugged him tightly. She didn't need Dubai. She didn't need designer clothes. She had peace, progress, and love, the kind of riches that can't be posted online. That night, they sat outside their home, watching children play and neighbors laugh. The smell of roasted corn filled the air. Demi leaned her head on Kojo's shoulder and whispered, You know what, Kojo? I used to think happiness was in big things, but I was wrong. Kojo chuckled. Where is it, then? In small moments like this. Meanwhile, Anna's story took a different turn. Her perfect image on Instagram was gone. She had deleted most of her posts, leaving only a few simple pictures. Kwame had left their home temporarily after another argument. The truth was out, he had been seeing other women for months. The fancy life, the travels, the expensive dinners, all of it had been covering the emptiness inside their marriage. For the first time in a long while, Hannah sat in silence. No notifications. No lights. No filters. Just her and her thoughts. She remembered Demi's words during their last meeting, You have gold in your hands. Don't trade it for glitter. Now she understood what that really meant. She missed how life used to be before the cameras, before the pretending, before she started chasing validation from strangers who didn't even know her. One Sunday afternoon, she called Demi again. Her voice was calmer this time. Demi, I'm starting over. I don't want to live to impress anyone anymore. I just want peace. Demi smiled through the phone. That's the best decision you can make. Anna chuckled lightly. You know, all this time, I thought you wanted my life. But now, I wish I had yours. Demi paused for a second. Maybe God gave us both what we needed to learn different lessons. There was silence on the line, peaceful silence. Two women who had walked different roads, now meeting at the same understanding. Months later, Kojo's plumbing business grew. He started getting more clients, one happy customer after another recommending him. He and Demi managed to move into a slightly bigger apartment. Nothing fancy, but full of love and laughter. One evening, Kojo came home with a bouquet of flowers. For you, he said shyly. Demi laughed, surprised. Yay, Kojo. What's the occasion? He smiled. Do I need one? They both laughed. Demi took the flowers and whispered, You are my peace, Kojo. He held her hand. And you are my home. One weekend, Demi visited Anna. She found her at a small workshop, teaching young girls how to design handmade jewelry. Her eyes looked different now, freer. Wow, Anna, this is beautiful, Demi said, looking around. Anna smiled. It's not luxury, but it's real. And that's enough. They both laughed and hugged, no competition, no comparison, just friendship reborn. That night, Demi sat by her window, watching the lights of Accra flicker in the distance. She thought about everything, envy, love, friendship, and the silent dangers of comparison. She opened her journal and wrote, Happiness doesn't live on screens. It lives in quiet homes, shared meals, kind words, and patient hearts. Don't trade peace for show. Don't compare blessings. Everyone's light shines differently. She closed the book and smiled. Kojo walked in, holding 2 cups of tea. Still awake? Yes, she said softly. Just thinking about how blessed we are. Kojo sat beside her, handing her a cup. She took a sip, leaned on his shoulder, and whispered, I almost lost my gold because I was looking at glitter.